Another large flying boat with a rather more successful career was the Martin Mars, which was originally intended as a long-range patrol bomber. Even before receiving the prototype in 1943, the Navy changed the Mars mission to troop and cargo transport. The prototype, designated the XPB-2M, performed impressively in this capacity. This massive plane was over 120 feet long, had a 200-foot wingspan, and a range in excess of 4,900 miles. It was more than equal to the long San Francisco to Hawaii leg of the supply route to those fighting far across the Pacific. In January 1945, Martin was contracted for 20 more Mars planes, but this order was soon reduced to 6 at the end of the war. The production models were designated JRMs and were used by the Navy in the Pacific from 1945 to 1956. These were the largest flying boats to ever perform regular military operations. The Martin P-5M Marlin entered production in 1951. Similar in design to the PBM Mariner, the Marlin also had a gull wing and the same wingspan, but its longer fuselage improved handling on the water, and it was outfitted with more powerful engines. The Marlin also introduced hydroflaps and reversible propellers for increased water maneuverability. Designed for anti-submarine warfare, the P-5M's armament could include torpedoes, bombs, depth charges, mines, and rockets. The large distinctive nose housed radar equipment. The Navy made use of these planes until the late 1960s. Marlin crews spent countless hours patrolling the oceans looking for Soviet submarines. Anti-sub tactics were practiced continuously with simulated attacks made on American vessels. A submarine would have the definite advantage in any real encounter, and the Cold War required constant preparedness. Contacts with actual Soviet subs were extremely rare, but the Marlins carried out their searches of vast areas of empty ocean year after year as the first line of defense against possible enemy intrusion. In 1954, the Navy began flying Convair's R-3Y Tradewind flying boats. 5 R-3Y-1s were built for cargo and passenger transport, refueling, and medevac, and 6 R-3Y-2s for assault transport. 2 counter-rotating propellers were driven by each of 4 engines. The Tradewind was capable of carrying more than 100 soldiers, and the hinged nose section of the R-3Y-2 model allowed quick loading and unloading of troops and equipment. After landing, the Tradewind could taxi straight up to a beach, unload troops, then back away and take off. The plane's interior could then be reconfigured with stretchers and medical equipment, and it could return to the scene of the battle to evacuate the wounded. The Navy envisioned the R-3Y as part of a seaplane strike force, which could operate from